So some people, the warfare they're experiencing now is not because of a spell that was casted on them. It's actually as a result of a spell that was casted upon a partner that they slept with. And because the spirit realm regards you as one, their warfare has now become your warfare.
Most of these people, the immoral, their work is not just to satisfy the body. They have other intentions.
Destinies can be exchanged on the platform of a soul tie.
Now, let me tell you this as a former witch. Men used to come to me, and the way of making wealth, they could be assigned, for example, 12 girls a month, knowing that if he slept with 12 women in a month, he has taken all their wealth, all their potential, all their destiny in their hands.
So anybody who sleeps around and has sex without the intention of marrying or marriage, even outside of marriage, still the sex shouldn't be done. But if they just do it out of pleasure and fun, they are worshipping. It's a worship and a sacrifice unto demons and deities.
When you hear people say, I sold my soul, don't think of those musicians only. Like when the one man said, I sold my soul to the devil. There are many people that have sold their souls for money. Do you know that you can sell your soul for a promotion because you want a job? And that man, who is the manager of that company, is a soul hunter, is a witch, a sorcerer, whose work is to capture the souls of the girls who come asking for jobs.
And whenever you're careless with sex, what you're doing is you're wasting energy.
Some of the people we meet and we want to marry them, but we are marrying an empty person because all the men have taken a soul. He or she has been with 10 and each has taken a piece.
Have you ever wondered why the Bible instructs us in 1 Corinthians 6:18 to flee from sexual immorality and run? Notice how in the Bible, when Joseph was being pursued by Potiphar's wife, he didn't stay and try to fight the temptation. He fled and ran. This is not a coincidence, and the Bible makes it clear that we as believers should always flee from sexual sin, because all of the other sins that a person commits are outside the body. However, whenever you sin sexually, you are sinning against your own body. Satan knows that if he defiles the purity of a Christian, that he can hinder the Lord's purpose in your life. That's one of the main reasons why we live in a world full of sexual immorality. It honestly feels like you can't even open social media these days without being subject to some form of lust. The devil has changed so many opinions on what sex really is. He has convinced an entire generation that it's okay to sleep with someone you're not married to, and that is a clear lie. Hebrews 13:4 says, "Marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept pure, for God will judge the adulterer and all the sexually immoral." Sex outside marriage is a sin. So is watching other people engage in the act. So is pleasuring yourself with your own hand. So is looking at another woman or man who is not your partner lustfully. Jesus explained it best in Matthew 5:28 when he said, "But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart." 1 Thessalonians 4:3-5 also says, "For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that each one of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor." If you're someone who has once struggled with sexual immorality, or is currently struggling with it right now, please do not be ashamed. Come to the Lord and let him sanctify you. I myself have also been there. Do not fall victim to the spirit of shame or reproach. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." The Lord wants to help you and will never turn you away. In today's video, we will be discussing what really happens spiritually when two individuals have intercourse before marriage and how damaging lust really is to your spirit. At the end of this video, I will also be giving you practical advice on how to free yourself from sexual immorality and lust. Now let's listen closely to our first speaker, Ngoni Rivere.
If you enter into someone sexually, if that person has never reached that climax of intimacy, when you enter into that sexual agreement with them, that covenant, how heaven solidifies a marriage, because you were the first person to take them to that climax of intimacy which they never experienced, the emotion that they experience, the emotion that they release, and the emotion that you release, they exchange and they tie. So now that depth of love and intimacy is associated to that spiritual and emotional climax. And the person that took them there is you. That's why you'll find that males and females, usually with females, the person that took their virginity, they're so infatuated and obsessed with them. It's hard for them to move on. I've just shown you how that happens. What know ye not, that he which is joined to a harlot is one body? For two saith he shall be one flesh. But he that saith he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. So it clearly tells us here that whosoever joins themselves to a harlot becomes one body. This here is just Paul telling us exactly what happens in the exchange where a woman and a man enter into a sexual agreement, a sexual covenant. The two become one. That means that the moment you had sex, or the moment you enter into any sort of sexual affair, automatically heaven now regards you as one person. And the spirit realm also regards you as one person. So some people, the warfare they're experiencing now is not because of a spell that was casted on them. It's actually as a result of a spell that was casted upon a partner that they slept with. And because the spirit realm regards you as one, their warfare has now become your warfare. Because the spirit realm doesn't see Kathy and Dennis. Kathy and Dennis are one. So now the warfare and the lineage, the strongholds that were fighting the lineage of Dennis are now following Kathy, because Kathy and Dennis identify as one person. One person. It's a legally binding contract which you entered in that one night stand. Destinies can be exchanged on the platform of a soul tie. So anybody who sleeps around and has sex without the intention of marrying or marriage, even outside of marriage, still the sex shouldn't be done. But if they just do it out of pleasure and fun, they are worshipping. It's a worship and a sacrifice unto demons and deities, false deities. And whenever you're careless with sex, what you're doing is you're wasting energy. You can minimize losses in your life, child of God, by walking in sexual purity.
Wow, that was so insightful. I love how he mentioned that when you engage in sexual immorality, you lose energy. This is so true. I know a lot of you watching this right now are probably not where you want to be in life, and sometimes it feels like you keep taking 3 steps forward and 5 steps back. I wanted to ask you, have you been keeping a pure and holy lifestyle? Have you made your body the temple of the Lord? 2 Corinthians 7:1 says, "Let us purify ourselves from everything that contaminates body and spirit, perfecting holiness out of reverence for God." God did not call us to be impure, but to live a holy life. I can promise that once you make this decision to live a truly pure life with no lust, your life will never be the same. And I know it's not easy. In fact, I remember when I was battling lust myself, I would have lustful dreams for no apparent reason. I would often wake up feeling guilty, like I had done the deed myself, knowing full well that I have never slept with a woman. You need to understand that the devil will always try his hardest to try and make you fall again after you have been freed from lust. Whether it's through you getting a random text from an ex from the past, or a random social media post with clearly too much cleavage. However, don't be discouraged by this. If you're currently battling lust, the Bible tells us exactly what to do. James 4:7 says, "Submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." When you're first trying to break free from lust, that's when the spiritual warfare will be its most intense. You need to remember that when an unclean spirit is banished from you, it will return with 7 more to try and bring you down again. That's why those first few days or weeks after you decide to break free from lust are often the hardest. The devil wants you to fall again and relapse into the same sin. However, church, I honestly urge you to please never lose faith and keep your eyes on the Lord. 2 Corinthians 10:5 encourages us to take captive of every thought and make it obedient to Christ. Don't try and fight lust alone, you will surely fail. As a declaration over your victory over lust, I kindly ask that you please leave a comment saying, "I am free from any sexual immorality." Now let's listen closely to our final speaker, Pastor James Kawalya, as he expands on the final chapter of this video.
When you hear people say, I sold my soul, don't think of those musicians only. Like when the one man said, I sold my soul to the devil. There are many people that have sold their souls for money. Do you know that you can sell your soul for a promotion because you want a job? And that man, who is the manager of that company, is a soul hunter, is a witch, a sorcerer, whose work is to capture the souls of the girls who come asking for jobs. He says, before I give you the job, I must sleep with you. When you join yourself in immorality, in fornication with someone, most of these people, the immoral, their work is, listen, their work is not just to satisfy the body. They have other intentions. Now let me tell you this as a former witch, so that you understand. I'm telling you that as a former witch. Men used to come to me, and the way of making wealth, they could be assigned, for example, 12 girls a month, knowing that if he slept with 12 women in a month, he has taken all their wealth, all their potential, all their destiny in their hands. Meaning that this man, he has 12 destinies. You have one, but for him now, he has captured 12. If he captures 12 every month, he has captured how many a year? 144 souls a year, meaning 144 destinies. Some of the people we meet and we want to marry them, but we are marrying an empty person because all the men have taken the soul. He or she has been with 10, and each has taken a piece. So you have a beautiful body without a soul. There is nothing in them because they have sold themselves. That's such a person. You are not casting out demons only. You are delivering her or him from all the people that he or she has sold herself or himself to. We have dissolved the curse, but now there is the moment of gathering the soul, bringing the soul. Are you getting me?
Wow, it really shows how important it is to live a holy lifestyle. Refraining from sexual sin will keep you safe from so many possible dangers. As Christians, we are called to carry ourselves and our bodies in a godly manner. If you're currently struggling with lust and have been battling it for the past few months, years, or weeks, I want to give you 3 steps that can help you break free from lust today. Number 1, give everything to God. You can't fight lust alone. You need to give all your thoughts, soul ties, and strongholds to God. Let Him heal you. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Repent and let the Lord heal you today. Number 2, remove any lustful distractions in your life, such as music. Music is very spiritual, and it's not a coincidence if you listen to secular music and struggle to control your lust. Also, create boundaries between you and any friends or even relatives that partake in lustful practices frequently. Paul warns us of this in 1 Corinthians 5:11 and says, "But now I am writing to you that you must not associate with anyone who claims to be a brother or sister but is sexually immoral or greedy, an idolater or slanderer, a drunkard or swindler. Do not even eat with such people." The people you keep around you cannot be sinners, especially if you're trying to break free from sin. And I also want you to understand that it's okay to go through a season of being alone with God and having no friends. Ask the Lord to bring you the right ones and He will. Number 3, resist the devil every day. The fight against lust, unfortunately, isn't a one-time thing. It's a daily commitment to not looking at another person lustfully. Job in Job 31:1 made a personal covenant with his eyes to not look lustfully at a young woman. This wasn't a coincidence. It's because he understood the power of purity. The devil will still try and tempt you, but the most important thing you have to remember is that you have already claimed victory over lust through the blood of Jesus Christ. If this message inspired or helped you in any way, please share this with someone who needs to hear this. Have a wonderful day, and please check out the next video on your screen right now.